After discussing other themed games yesterday, this time we are back to discussing Tekken. This time, we will discuss the characters that fans expect to be present in Tekken 8. But before that, I disclaim that this is what-if content, and it is not certain that they will be present in Tekken 8. Okay, without further ado, these are the characters who deserve to be present as DLC in Tekken 8. First, we will take it from the Tekken series itself. In my opinion, Anna Williams and Lei Wulong still deserve to be included in the next Tekken 8 DLC, considering their popularity and important roles in the Tekken series. Anna Williams, who is known as her sister's eternal rival, Nina Williams, has an elegant yet deadly assassin fighting style filled with tricky movements. In Tekken 7, Anna appeared as a DLC character with a more glamorous but still lethal design, bringing back her signature fast and unpredictable moves.
I'll tear you to pieces! Nina!
Anna Williams.
My pleasure. Come over here. Let me talk to your real clothes.
Meanwhile, Lei Wulong, the master of Drunken Master Kung Fu, made his return to Tekken 7 as a DLC character after being absent in Tekken 6 and Tekken Tag Tournament 2. His complex and flexible fighting style makes him a challenge for players who want to fully master him.
Anybody else want a piece? Lei Wulong.
Considering both have strong fan bases and iconic roles, their presence in Tekken 8 will be a highly anticipated addition, especially with the visual improvements and more detailed animations in this latest game. Additionally, Mokujin also deserves to return as a DLC character in Tekken 8. As an iconic training character since Tekken 3, Mokujin has a unique style that randomly mimics other characters' fighting styles in each round. In Tekken 7, Mokujin was notably absent, but many fans still hope for the return of the wooden fighter, especially with the potential for smoother animations and more lifelike expressions. With the variety of gameplay they offer, the presence of Anna, Lei, and Mokujin in Tekken 8 will certainly add more diversity and increase the hype among loyal fans of the series. Let's move on to another game, Street Fighter. Akuma is a guest character from the Street Fighter series who first appeared in Tekken and also has a big role in the main storyline of Tekken 7. Unlike other guest characters, Akuma is not just an addition to the gameplay, but also has a direct connection to the Mishima saga story. In Tekken 7, Akuma is introduced as a fighter who has a promise to fulfill the task of Kazumi Mishima, the wife of Heihachi Mishima. Before her death, Kazumi asked Akuma to kill Heihachi and Kazuya Mishima because they were considered a great threat to the world. Throughout the storyline, Akuma faces Heihachi Mishima in a fierce battle at the Mishima Dojo and later fights Kazuya Mishima, where both use supernatural powers. Gameplay-wise, Akuma has different mechanics than other Tekken characters, retaining many elements from Street Fighter. He is the only character in Tekken 7 to have an EX meter, which he uses to power up attacks such as EX Go Hadouken and EX Shoryuken. He also has his signature projectile attack, Go Hadouken, making him the only character in Tekken 7 to freely use fireballs. In addition, he has the Shakunetsu Hadouken, a powerful version of the fireball that can exert a great deal of pressure over long distances. Akuma also has the Masatsu Go Hado super move, which consumes EX meter, as well as his most iconic attack, Raging Demon, Shun Goku Satsu, which can be used as a deadly super move. Akuma is very powerful in the hands of players who are used to the Ta-2D fighting game system, but also quite difficult to master for players who are more used to the typical Tekken mechanics. In the competitive world, Akuma was a very strong character when he first released. The combination of meter-based gameplay and attacks that can deal high damage made him a favorite choice in professional tournaments like EVO.
Fight!
Perhaps Namco could also introduce the iconic character from Street Fighter, Chun-Li. If Chun-Li is made a DLC character in Tekken 8, this would be a very interesting big crossover between Street Fighter and Tekken. Chun-Li is one of the most iconic characters in fighting game history, and her presence in Tekken 8 could bring a lot of new potential, both in terms of gameplay and appeal to fans of both franchises. Chun-Li is known for her fast and acrobatic Chinese kung fu fighting style. In Street Fighter, she has signature attacks like the Hyakuretsu Kyaku, lightning kick, and a variety of high kick moves that can be seamlessly implemented into Tekken mechanics. In Tekken 8, she can use fast combo strings and has unique stances that allow her to transition into a variety of deadly attacks. With the heat system in Tekken 8, Chun-Li can gain special buffs like a faster and more damaging lightning kick, or access to her signature weapon. This is similar to how Akuma in Tekken 7 had an EX meter to power up his attacks. Additionally, Chun-Li's Rage Art can feature a combination of her fast kicks, ending with a more powerful spinning bird kick with a signature effect like in Street Fighter 6. If Bandai Namco wanted to make it even more spectacular, perhaps they could add a slow-motion cinematic effect when she finishes off with a powerful kick. Chun-Li also has a variety of costumes that can be used as customization options in Tekken 8. In addition to the classic blue costume, Bandai Namco could add alternative costumes such as a more modern and elegant Street Fighter 6 version, an Interpol police outfit that fits her background as an Interpol agent, or even a Tekken crossover costume inspired by characters like Ling Xiaoyu or Jun Kazama. If Chun-Li were to enter Tekken 8, Bandai Namco could provide a little backstory about how she got involved in the King of Iron Fist tournament. As an Interpol agent, she might be investigating the crimes of Kazuya Mishima's G Corporation, bringing her face-to-face with characters like Lars Alexanderson or Nina Williams. Chun-Li has all the elements to fit the bill. Next character is Blanka. Blanka is known for being a wild fighter with a fighting style based on savage attacks and his electric abilities. In Tekken 8, Blanka could be a character who relies on mix-ups and rushdowns, with his signature rolling attacks being used for mobility and pressure on opponents. If adapted to the heat mechanic, Blanka can get additional effects on electric thunder, which gives stagger effect to the opponent, or has a faster and harder to anticipate beast roll variation. One interesting aspect of Blanka is animalistic movement, which allows him to have a unique stance or position in Tekken. And the other character is Dalsim. Dalsim is a very distinctive character with the ability to stretch his limbs and release fire attacks. If entered into Tekken 8, Dalsim can become a zoning-based character with long-range attacks that are difficult for opponents to penetrate. In the heat system, Dalsim can get buffs on his fire attacks, making Yoga Fire faster or giving burn damage effects to opponents. The teleportation he has can also be a special mechanic in Tekken, such as avoiding heavy attacks or setting up for the next attack. In addition, Yoga Flame can be used as part of a unique combo or used as a destructive attack in Rage Art. Of the three characters, Chun-Li seems to be the most suitable to be present. Next, from the Fatal Fury and King of Fighters games, let's just combine these two games. Geese Howard is the only character from the King of Fighters, KOF, and Fatal Fury who has ever appeared as a DLC guest character in Tekken 7. Announced at EVO 2017, Geese is the second guest character after Akuma from Street Fighter. His presence brings a new color to Tekken gameplay with meter-based gameplay mechanics, counter moves, and iconic attacks from the original game. Geese is very well adapted to the Tekken system, retaining many of the signature elements of Fatal Fury and the King of Fighters, including Reppuken, projectile attack, J-Ken, rush punch, and Raging Storm, his signature super move. Just like Akuma, Geese has an EX meter that can be used to strengthen attacks and open more deadly combos. One of Geese's most unique features is his parry system, where he can use a Temi-Naj counter move to reverse the opponent's attack. This mechanic makes him a very strong character in defensive situations and can punish opponents with hard-hitting punishes. In addition, Geese has Max Mode, which allows him to use EX attacks without having to use up EX meter, similar to the Max Mode system in KOF. Although Geese is not involved in the main Mishima Saga story, his presence in Tekken 7 makes a big impact as a strong and dominant villain character. Even in Tekken 7's Special Battle Mode, players can see Geese fighting Akuma, which has been a long debate in the fighting game community about who is stronger between the two. Given his popularity in Tekken 7, many fans are hoping that Geese will return in Tekken 8 as a DLC character.
Bring it on! I'll destroy you all! Double Reppuken! Come on! Double Reppuken! Stand up! Give in to your fears.
However, as the Tekken storyline continues to develop, Bandai Namco may prefer to introduce a new character from SNK, and the favorite character to appear is Mai Shiranui. If Mai Shiranui appears as DLC in Tekken 8, this will be an interesting addition and a big crossover between Tekken and the King of Fighters. Mai is known as one of SNK's most popular characters, with her Shiranui Ryu ninjutsu-based fighting style that combines fast acrobatic attacks with the fire element. In Tekken 8, she could be a rushdown character with incredible mobility, similar to Kunimitsu or Ling Xiaoyu, but with the addition of fire-based attacks. Mai's flexible fighting style could be adapted into the Tekken system with a variety of unique mechanics. Her signature moves, like the Kachusen fan throw, could be used as a limited zoning tool or part of the heat system, where her fan explodes upon impact. Moves like the Hisatsu Shinobi Bachi, a fire dash attack, could be adapted as a heat dash, while the Ryu-Enbu, a spinning kick with fire, could be turned into a heat smash, giving additional burn or knockback effects. As a character with a graceful yet deadly fighting style, Mai also has the potential to have spectacular rage arts. She could start with a combination of quick kicks and a fire fan, then finish with Cho Hisatsu Shinobi Bachi, where she charges at her opponent with a large fire attack before striking her signature victory pose. In addition to gameplay mechanics, Mai's presence in Tekken 8 could also bring interesting cosmetic elements. In addition to the classic red and white costume, Bandai Namco could introduce costume variations, such as the KOF 15 version, alternate ninja costumes, or even crossover Tekken outfits. Yesterday, Mai Shiranui's presence in Street Fighter 6 as part of the SNK collaboration DLC was one of the big moments in the history of fighting game crossovers. Mai's success in Street Fighter 6 is inseparable from her attractive character design and dynamic gameplay. In addition to gameplay, Mai's popularity is also driven by the cosmetic aspects and in-game presentation. Her iconic costume is maintained with more modern detail improvements, as well as more lively facial expressions and animations thanks to the RE engine. Her presence also brings various classic references from KOF, including voice lines, distinctive visual effects, and interesting interactions with other characters in SF6. Mai Shiranui's success in Street Fighter VI proves that she is a very potential crossover character in various fighting games. This opens up opportunities for Mai to appear in other games, including the possibility of appearing in Tekken 8 as a DLC character. If Mai can successfully adapt to the Street Fighter system, then it is likely that she can also enter the Tekken world with a fighting style optimized for the 3D system. With her popularity continuing to increase, Mai could be one of the most anticipated guest characters by fans if Bandai Namco decides to bring another SNK character to Tekken 8.
Floating like a butterfly, singing like a bee.
Mai wins!
Next, Dead or Alive. Previously, there was a conflict between Katsuhiro Harada, Tekken producer, and Tomonobu Itagaki, former Dead or Alive creator, that had been going on for quite some time. Itagaki was known as an outspoken figure and often criticized various game competitors, including Tekken. In several interviews and statements in the past, Itagaki often mocked Tekken, saying that its gameplay and character designs were stiff and less interesting than Dead or Alive. The feud between Harada and Itagaki was more of an industry rivalry than a serious personal conflict. Itagaki often mocked Tekken because he wanted to show that Dead or Alive was a superior game, but as time went on, Tekken remained a more successful and relevant franchise, while Dead or Alive struggled to maintain its popularity. Harada himself always thought professionally and did not care too much about Itagaki's negative comments. Now, with Itagaki no longer developing Dead or Alive, this conflict has subsided, and Tekken remains one of the most successful fighting games in the world. So there is a possibility of an opportunity for a collaboration. Not Kasumi or Hayabusa, I think Mila and Tina are the ones who are suitable to join the Tekken series. If Mila from Dead or Alive collaborates with Tekken, she could be an interesting addition to the fighter lineup because of her mixed martial arts, MMA-based fighting style. Tekken itself already has several characters with MMA elements, such as Steve Fox, boxing, and Josie Rizal, Muay Thai. But Mila could bring something unique with a greater focus on a combination of boxing strikes and grappling. Mila could have a fighting style similar to Steve Fox, but with the addition of low kicks and MMA-style knee strikes. Her combination would rely on fast jabs, hard hooks, and counterpunching. In addition, unlike Steve, who only relies on punches, Mila could have takedown moves, but with a more technical style. She could use single-leg takedowns and perform ground and pound as combo extenders. Another ability that could make her unique in Tekken is a special parry or reversal technique that allows her to perform an armbar, rear naked choke, or guillotine choke as part of her grappling attack. For close range, she can also utilize clinch and elbow attacks, bringing a dirty boxing element that not many other characters in Tekken have. In fight mode, Mila could have a rivalry with Steve Fox because both are based on striking combat, so it would be interesting to see who is superior in hand-to-hand combat.
Let's go! Ha! Ha! Hyuta, let's go! Ha!
And if Tina Armstrong from Dead or Alive joins Tekken 8, she could be an interesting addition because of her fighting style based on professional wrestling. Tekken already has several wrestler characters such as King and Armor King, but Tina could bring a more flamboyant and typical American pro wrestling style, with a combination of power moves, submission holds, and high showmanship. As a wrestler, Tina has a variety of suplexes, power bombs, and stacked drivers that can be used as combo starters or finishers. She could also have some typical American wrestling moves, like the drop kick, the elbow drop from the ropes, and the running clothesline. What sets Tina apart from King is her more expressive and flashy characteristics, perhaps with WWE-style taunting and attacks that focus more on grappling and submission moves, such as the Boston Crab, Sharpshooter, or Sleeper Hold, as Rage Art or Rage Drive. In terms of story, Tina could have interesting interactions with King, considering that they are both wrestlers and perhaps become rivals or even sparring partners. In addition, since Tina also has a background in modeling and entertainment in DOA, she could interact with characters like Lily or Leo, who also have elements of participation in their fighting styles. If Tina were to appear in Tekken 8, she could be a more dynamic and stylish grappler character, providing new variety for players who like wrestling-based characters with a combination of power and technique. Those are the characters that could possibly be included in Tekken 8. Many Tekken fans have been wondering why Tifa has not been included in Tekken. Maybe we will discuss this in another video. What do you guys think? Who do you think would be a suitable guest character in Tekken 8? Write your answers in the comments. See you in another video.